What's going on, guys? It's your boy Ajen back again for another Outerplane video. And for today, I'm gonna be sharing with you my Revamped Definitive PVE tier list October 2024 edition. Yes, it's going to be a revamp of my tier list because we have a new endgame game mode called the Adventurer License. I've already added that one in the tier list. Also, we have two new characters added into the list, which is Bryn and Nella. And then I revamped some of the characters sharing based on my experience by playing with them in the previous patches, in the previous updates that we've gotten, like the previous world boss, the previous joint challenge, yada yada. So without further ado, let's get right into the tier list. Take note that tier lists are pretty much subjective. It varies from person to person. You may agree or disagree with me and it's fine. So just take it with a big grain of salt. I'm always open for criticism, so let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. So without further ado, let's start with this list. As you can see, let me zoom out a bit. Units are arranged alphabetically. I have here the illustration, general content, usually the story mode, events, side quest, something like that. Hans Terminus, we have the hard and very hard tower. We have guild raid. We have joint challenge. We have world boss, and then we have the adventure license. So no changes for Adelaide. For air, the only changes here is the adventure license. Adventure license is pretty much the same like the Hans and Terminus. So usually the ratings for this one are pretty much the same with the ratings in my Hans and Terminus. But just to let you guys know that I've added a new sharing here, adventurer license. Yeah, the spelling was wrong. Links will be in the description, by the way. So if you want to take a look at the list, I will be putting the links in the Google Docs, something like that. Akari still the same, no changes here. Alice still the same. Alpha pretty much the same. I'm going to be giving some brief summary for the character, what they do. Akari is a really good unbuffable debuffer. That's what she does. She's very fast, very strong debuffer. Alice, a very strong stripper and also unbuffable debuff. Alpha, she stuns, but she's a 2-star character, natural 2-star, so her stats are kind of low. And also, her damage multipliers are a bit on the low side. Cannot be compared to natural 3-star characters. B for bad. Ame, still one of the most broken PVE characters in the entire game. She hits really hard. It's really hard to top it up, especially in the element of the earth. She excels well in the earth element, especially earth PVE contents. Aste, still a really good support for PVE. Beth, the only redeeming factor for Beth is that she's very good in guild raid. Yeah, but in the other game modes, I just find her a bit underwhelming comparing to something like an SS tier character. That is why I still but S is still a really high tier in my tier list. So the highest is SS, the next one is S, then A and B. Blue for bad, yeah, low rarity characters. Now entering the newest addition to the tier list, which is Bryn. Bryn is very OP in PvE, yeah. In PvP, she is also really good. But in PvE, she excels well most in PvE compared to PvP. Her chain skill is also really top notch. It gives your team the penetration buff. And also, she has the utility of stripping 2 buffs, which is really helpful in some certain boss type mechanics. I think that is one of the most useful utility that you can ask for a character in this game when it comes to PvE. Especially those in the very hard tower or hard mode tower, or even the something like the what is it called, the adventure license, or even joint challenge. Not only she has some utility attached to her skill set, she also hits pretty hard. Yeah, she hits really hard. She also gives your team some form of survivability, which is giving them shields. Uh, she's a jack of all trades, but also she is very versatile, even if she is a jack of all trades. Charlotte, still no changes. I put her in the adventure license, same like Hunter, because Charlotte is really good with some as an opener. Not only she makes clearing really fast, maybe 2 or 3 turns, because she pushes the priority of your mages. Uh, but in the case of joint challenge and world boss, this kind of character does not really excels well in joint challenge or world boss, because in joint challenge this is a DPS game mode, same with world boss. And if in the case of a joint challenge, if you are taking a lot of turns, especially since she is a ranger, she's very fast, you're also lowering your DPS output, because she will consume the turn. You only have 20 turns in joint challenge. So if she do as an opener and also built really fast, she will take a lot of turn, and it should have been better just slot in a dedicated DPS than a opener. But in the other game mode, she's still very powerful. Her buffs is very strong. Attack buff, priority push, very nice. Christina still the same. I think tanks really fell off in PvE stops. I don't see a need for a tank unless the content is asking you to bring a tank. Cindy is an okay 2-star character. But this tier list, by the way, is meant for endgame players. Yeah, this is not a beginner tier list or something like that, because some of you might be wondering why Cindy is a bit lower on the list. She excels well, but yes, she excels well, but she cannot compare to the likes of the 3-star character, especially if you are already in the end game. If you are already in the end game, 2-star characters are pretty much obsolete unless you're doing hard tower, where it is required to bring low rarity characters in clearing those certain stages. That is why, as you can see here, Claire still S here in the hard tower. She's very useful in hard tower, very strong. Dahlia, although Dahlia can I think crowd control in PvE, the priest debuff is very niche. Let's just call it very niche. I don't find it really that OP, but that's just me. Maybe Dahlia for you is SS tier, but for me, she's just an S tier in most of the PvE contents in the game. The Aste, there's no question, very strong. The Demiurge Drakhan, as I've said, I don't see a really need for a tank in PvE. Demiurge Drakhan excels well in PvP, not in PvE. You can argue that she's very good in Terminus, especially in the light dungeon, in the light monolight team. But I don't really uses Demiurge Drakhan in my light form position. There are better light characters that can do well in PvE stops that requires light element characters. This Stella is one of those light characters that excels well in PvE stops. Very strong. Also, she just fell off in joint challenge because I think her what do you call this? The HP cut doesn't do that much in joint challenge. Maybe I'm wrong, but based on my experience, I don't really find this Stella that much powerful in joint challenge. Maybe there will come a time where a new joint challenge boss will be suited for this Stella, but right now the previous joint challenge bosses She's just below the OP Cherry. Diblada, same like with D Stella, still here with the joint challenge. Since she's also very, very fast, her damage is not really good for single target bosses. She's very good with clearing mobs if you have a lot of enemies because she's a cleaver. But against a single target enemy, who is usually in the joint challenge, uh, she's not really that OP. But her strip debuff is very, very strong. World Boss is very OP here in World Boss, especially against the one that puts up a shield that you need to remove the shield with her strip debuff, and also stops the boss from gaining momentum with their priority push. Very, very strong. Other than joint challenge, Dian. Dian is a new from S tier to SS tier. Especially in World Boss, Dian proves herself to be a really strong support character in PvE stuff, especially in World Boss. She sustains your team and also while giving lots of CP generation because all of her skill set deals attack. It's an attack skill. And that has a really good advantage compared to the likes of the other healers where some of them have non-attacking skills. Usually, two of their skills are non-attacking skills. They cannot take advantage of the Mage Charm. Mage Charm on Dian makes her a really, really good CP battery. Not only producing massive chain points to your team, also providing some really nice support, sustain, and also the the immunity buff, which is very, very rare. Only 3 characters can do that one. We have Dian, 2-star Paynan, and then the newest character also added into the tier list, which is Nella. Then we have, what is her name? Dali. Still the same. Drakhan. The newest changes also the revamp in my tier list. I was not really familiar with Drakhan before, but now that I've played with Drakhan and also raised my Drakhan to 5-star already, I can say that Drakhan is really OP in PvE. Yeah. She is the best light DPS that you can ask for when you need a light DPS in any light DPS content. So yeah, Drakhan clears this one to be at the top. Very, very strong. Even though she's only useful for dealing damage, she excels well in dealing damage. That is why I rated her to be this one. She also has the curse debuff, which a bit niche, but when it works, it's really strong. Edelweiss, not OP, but still really good character. Same with Eliza. Epsilon, not really good for PvE in my honest opinion, just mid. She's meant for PvP. Eternal, still really, really strong in PvE. A really nice support for the fire. Really good the CP battery. While also dealing some nice debuffs to the enemy, which is the defense break. You might be wondering why Eternal is really good as a CP battery. Because if you have her exclusive equipment, she can transition from skill 3 to either skill 1 or skill 2. And that already gives you the ability to gain more CP on that turn alone. Ava, strong in a hard tower. Same with Paynan. They are the most used 2-star character that I've used in a hard tower. Because of what they can do. They can sustain, they can survive that well compared to the other 2-star rarity characters or even 1-star. They're just because they are healers and support characters. That is why they can really keep up with the hard content. Fatal, very, very strong. This is also another revamp to my sharing with Fatal. Before, I've only rated Fatal as S tier. But once I've already tested a 6-star Fatal, I already have 6-star Fatal. Yeah, she's very, very strong in PVE. She destroys, probably she's the best water DPS alongside Roxy. Single target bosses, she destroys those that one. And then if you want some really nice AoE DPS, go for Roxy for water. But then Fatal is really, really strong. But you just need to get used to how to use her because you need to set her up for her to be dealing that much damage. Fenrir and Plumbirds, no changes here. Francesca also, no changes. Still SS in World Boss because of what she can do. Especially her chain skill is very, very strong in World Boss content. Gidalia, there's nothing to talk about. This one, she's very, very OP. One of the most broken character in the game. Guisa, no changes. Still B, low tier, 1 star. Hanbuli, no changes. Hanbuli already fell off. Still good, but not really OP. I did 2-star character. Iota is back at the SS tier rankings in the World Boss. In the previous World Boss, Iota was pretty much the dominant character in that World Boss. That is why I bring her back into World Boss because I thought that it's already been nerfed, the priority push, the priority push cheese. But it seems that they are just rotating this one in the World Boss. So I'm just going to be rating Iota as SS tier here in the World Boss category. Iris, no changes. K, no changes. Canon, still the same. Kappa, still the same, no changes. Both of them are really, really good. Both defense, what do you call this? Defense scaling character. Which is pretty nice. Kate, still the same. Kuro, I'm kinda 50-50 with Kuro with my ratings with this one. I've seen some players really enjoy playing with Kuro, but for me it's not like that. I don't really find Kuro that good. Probably because my Kuro is only 4-star, but maybe some of you who played with Kuro with 5-star or 6-star Transcendence can enlighten me if Kuro deserves to be in the S tier, but for now, I'm just rating Kuro at S tier. Lane, 2-star character, the same. Laplace, still the best, one of the best character in guild raids, especially the Gias, because of her HP cut. Layla, 2-star, S in very hard tower. You can argue that Layla deserves to be something like an S, but the only time I use Layla is when I'm using her in the hard tower, where I'm required to use a 2-star character. 3-star character can already outclass Layla. So yes. Leo, one of the worst natural 3-star in PVE stops. Yeah, Leo is just not good. Mid. Lily, 2-star character, bad. Lisha, also 2-star character, bad. Both of them are DPS. Marian has some usage in guild raid, which is that is why I put her at the SS tier. Maybe also in very hard tower. Maybe let's change the ratings here. Yeah, very, very strong in guild raids because of her debuffs. The curse debuff. Curse debuff is also underrated in especially when fighting Gias, where that is the cheese method to easily kill those Gias in guild raids. Can also be used in hunts, especially in against Meteos. And then, yeah, Meteos. Meteos and the other one, I forgot the hunt name. Maxi, good in guild raid, good in hunts. General content, pretty good. Very hard tower, a bit on the low side. But her burns, when it works, it works. That is why I still give her the SSR rankings in the hands and even in the adventure license because it's pretty much the same. Maxwell. last world boss, I've seen the top 1 or top 2 player in the overall ranking using Maxwell in the world boss. I don't know how they pull it off. Unless I've seen the footage of it. Maybe I can change the ratings for Maxwell here. But some of you who uses Maxwell in that kind of rankings in guild and world boss, maybe you can enlighten me. But now I'm just putting Maxwell here in the mid tier category. Mayne not being used in hands because I believe heals are not are banned in one of the hands, the guardian something. Mayne is meant for PvP, not really meant for PvE in my honest opinion. Even though she has some good sustain capability, she's still good. S is still a good ratings, but not really OP in my honest opinion. Mero kind of fell off mid, and not really mid, but still good, but not OP or meta defining character. Monad Aba, I'm saying this over and over again. Monad Aba is the best character in the game, period. Hands down. She's pretty much bonkers. Everything has she can be an offensive character, defensive character. You ask for it, she will deliver. Narukang, Beecher, Nella, the newest character to be added into the list. Still one of the most broken character in the entire game also, but not really at the same tier at Monad Aba. But I've said this on my Nella's separate video talking about why Nella is a broken character. But Nella having the ability to make broken characters even more broken is, I consider that one as a broken character. Yeah, very very strong support. Immunity buff, AP buff to the players. I mean to the teams. Also really good sustain. Not really heavy dependent on gears. Very very strong. Noah still the same. Notia still the same here. Double S tier. PVE stops. Notia is one of the best character in the entire game also. King Orox, no changes. Party, no changes. Pesket, Pilia, no changes. Poolside Regina and Summer Regina. I mean, Summer Regina and then regular Regina. They are very, very strong in PvE stops. But Poolside Regina in PvP, it's not like this. Yeah, this is a PvE Charles, by the way, so you might got mistaken, but other than outside the PvE stops, she's just average. But Regina, on the other hand, pretty much bonkers, both in PvE and PvP. I will be updating also my PvP tier list soon, so stay tuned for that one. Arona, no changes. Rico, no changes. Rin, no changes. Ritri, no changes. Siren, no changes. No, I might change Siren's ratings to yeah, Siren is good in world boss. Siren is good in world boss. I've seen it. I've already also tested how good she is in the previous world boss. I think she deserves the ratings of this one in world boss category. But other than the other game modes, just okay. Still good. Shu, the same. Sigma, the same. Snow, the same. Sophia, the same. Stella, world boss. New game mode. I mean, new ratings for her because in the previous world boss, she also excels well in that one, in that regard. I think she also deserves this one, this race. So yeah. Steropi, no changes. Tamamo, no changes. She's not really that OP in joint challenge. You might argue that her cooldown increase can be a defining factor of how broken she is. But aside from that one, I think because in joint challenge, I've said this before, there is a turn count. And if you took a lot of turns with your support character, I don't think it's going to be I think it's a DPS loss compared to Tamara, which they have some in common with regards to increasing the skill cooldown. Tamara, on the other hand, has the dual attack, which makes her a bit more productive in terms of dealing damage to the joint challenge boss. That is why there is a little bit difference between them. But other than in joint challenge, both of them fulfills their role as a really good support character. Very strong. But here, the only differs here. Tanya, the same. Tio, the same. Could be said that maybe Tio could be S tier here in the hard tower. But other than that one, yeah. Valentine still a really good, still a very strong support opener. Vera still the same. Veronica still really strong, but I might just no. She still has the dual attack. That dual attack is really strong in PvE stops. Yeah, dual attacks are really strong in PvE. Not only you are dealing more damage, you're also dealing some weakness gauge damage reduction to the boss, and also gaining CP. That is how powerful dual attacks are in PvE stops. That's why I rated them so high also in my tier list. Blada, still the same. Not really. I'm going to be changing this one here because Blada can earn some really high CP. So you can put Blada on the CP in your support tab for massive CP boost. But yeah, and then Yuri still the same. So these are the revamped tier lists in Outerplane made by yours truly, Adjen. If you have some correction or if you have some argument, feel free to do so. I'm really open for criticism. Well, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And I think that's it for me for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it if you can help me grow my channel more. And thank you to everyone who are supporting my channel. I appreciate every one of you. Until next time, peace.